Yeah, the Utah Department of Public Safety recently released a report that said 1,000 pedestrians were hit by cars in the last year. So here's what happens. A car comes by, they get close to the pedestrian, they don't give them the right of way, and then they get within 3 feet. That's all breaking the law, and that's when it's game over.
Do we know why she's sharing this information?
Well, right now in her email, she said that for the last test she took, she did not get paid. She was very upset about that. So really this is coming down to money. She knows that she could get in trouble, but she wants to spread the information about the ringleader, about the students involved, what tests they're taking. If BYU's appeal doesn't work in their favor, then their 40-year campus police department is gone. Well, many times we think that the dogs that aren't trained are the ones we should be afraid of. They'll lick us, they'll scratch us, they might jump on us, but we humans might be the ones who need the training. Christina, here's what we know this morning. Around 9:30, a student jumped off the 4th floor of the Tanner building, which is the building you can see just right behind me. Every year, more than 1 million fish are put in these raceways and then put up in the airplane to stock the lakes. Yeah, this is a beautiful live view of Provo right behind me, but this could all be changing in 30 years as our population doubles. There might be a causeway across Utah Lake in the future or a light rail in and out of the startup area. But what is it that you want? That's what a group called Valley Visioning is trying to find out. The body of former President George H.W. Bush made its way back to Houston, where loved ones will hold a private, more intimate service this morning. Crosswalks. We walk in them, we drive by them, they're everywhere. In just 1 square block, there can be at least 20 crosswalks. Sometimes it's too easy to cruise through them, and then it's too easy to miss someone walking by. Local law enforcement agencies in Utah are worried about the rising number of pedestrian crashes.
I mean, just now coming down, like, I was stopping at a crosswalk and I was good to go, but a car wasn't paying attention and just turned right in front of me. So I stopped, I was paying attention, but so they waved at me because they felt bad, but.
Almost half of those crashes happened in marked crosswalks at big intersections like this one. The pedestrians hear the beeps, but drivers usually don't.
I feel it's pretty dangerous because cars will pull forward over the crosswalk, and in order for you to cross here, you end up walking into potential people turning left and not seeing you.
If drivers get too close to a pedestrian or fail to stop even for a pedestrian in an adjacent crosswalk, the police can ticket or warn a driver.
You're going to get to your place far faster than I'm going to get to mine, so please look at the crosswalk. It's not going to, if you miss the light, it's not going to take you that much longer.
The leading cause of these crashes were because drivers just didn't let people cross. So if you're out and about today, watch out. Wait just a few more seconds. It might save a life. Yeah, so normally accidents between cars and pedestrians happen between 3 p.m. and 8 o'clock at night. That's rush hour traffic. Kids are coming home from school, parents are leaving work, and that's when police officers throughout the state will be dressing as normal people undercover to catch drivers who aren't following the law. Reporting live in Provo, I'm Dani Hallows. Back to you.
Thanks, Dani.
Yeah, just a few more miles up this canyon road and you'll run into a little Utah town called Camas. And a lot of people head up there during the summer to see the beautiful mountain views. You get beautiful pine tree smells. But there's one man in Camas who isn't there for the sights or the smells. The Mirror Lake Highway leads to some of the treasures of Utah, but it also leads to a dump. And the dump is where this man reigns supreme.
Me and Bonnie's been married 51 years, and she's never known me as anything but Okie.
His real name, though, is actually Freddie. Friends and family are the ones who call him Okie. But locals have given him another name, the Garbage Czar.
Oh, they've called me a lot of things, but some of them we can't talk about.
Okie started his rule as the Garbage Czar several years ago.
That's what it looked like about every week.
During the summer, campers would come down to the dumpsters after their trips.
Thinking it's National Forest dump, and it's not.
So Okie started to do some detective work for Summit County.
Come down here and started asking people if they lived in Samac and taking license numbers, and it started working. Then the county finally decided it's going to work.
Now he finds people who aren't following the dump rules and makes sure the cops find them.
Can't read who that is to.
He's seen a lot in these dumpsters, everything from animal carcasses to an accidental wedding dress drop-off.
Find a big fluffy bag on the garage floor, and he said, yeah. He said, that was my wife's wedding gown.
And he thinks that what we throw away says a lot about people.
You got garbage?
We do, thank you.
Any recycle?
Because
Nope.
one man's trash at the Samak resident dumping ground
Thank you.
becomes Okie's pride and treasure. Reporting for Newsline, I'm Dani Hallows.